Today, we have another young Indian with us in the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be with you once again. Today, we have Krishnanath with us. Let's hear from him. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind invitation. I consider this to be a brilliant opportunity to express myself, share amongst you my research interest and how my life has been till date in the social sciences sector. So broadly, I'm thinking of explaining how I entered social sciences, uh, where I've been working and what are my career plans and my current research interest. So till the 12th class back in India, I was a science student. But however, I had a fascination for social sciences. But till that point, I was thinking this whole social sciences was compartmentalized, like it was history, it was political science, it was economics. All three were different. And by the time I joined the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, from where I did my bachelor's degree and my first post graduation, and halfway through my undergrad course, I understood how social sciences is not a compartmentalized entity, rather how interdisciplinary and intersecting they were,
Mhm.
and how it was extremely related to lives of people. Rather, I could call it as people sciences.
Okay.
Uh, it's from there where I took on to pursue my master's degree in development studies, again from the Tata Institute.
Mm.
And then I
So,
proceeded to
where
the.
before you in Tata, which city were you in? Where did you move? Did you move
Okay,
to Mumbai or were you in Mumbai?
I am based out of Thrissur in Kerala. So I
Okay.
did my education at the Hyderabad campus of Tata Institute of Social Sciences.
Okay, but
Uh,
so you moved from Trishul to
yeah,
Hyderabad. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Thrissur to Hyderabad.
But Trishul,
And
I'm sorry to say, Kerala has so many towns that most people don't know their names, and I certainly don't know Trishul. So, how was it to grow up in Trishul, if I may ask?
yeah, so Thrissur in fact shaped me up. It is one brilliant land to be, which is, and Thrissur is also synonymized to be the cultural capital of Kerala due to the extravagant festivities, the kind of people's cultures, interactions that happen among people on various issues, like be it political, be it cultural, be it economic. And it in fact shaped me up to have my own set of perspectives about life.
Yeah.
But also Hyderabad also changed it. Like
Okay,
I really
yeah.
think.
So, I just want to know about, small towns, which I have not heard of. So I'm curious, how life was there for you. Did it make you confident of yourself? What did it do to you?
No, Thrissur in fact gave me the confidence to be so bold in life. And Thrissur is also, perhaps people consider Thrissur to be a small town, but it's in fact the gold capital of Kerala, if I could say. It's a humongous town that is home to a large volume of businesses in terms of gold and chit funds.
Yeah.
And Thrissur, for those who are interested in economics, there are many major banks in India which are based out of Thrissur. The Dhanlakshmi Bank, the Catholic Syrian Bank, etc., to name a few, have their headquarters in Thrissur. So it's a land that also teaches you how to be efficient, how to manage your own money, etc. And it's with those kind of knowledges that I
Yeah.
moved to Hyderabad, which is
Okay,
another
fine.
beautiful
Yeah. All
city.
right. So what you're saying is Trishul is great, and I'm happy to hear it. Trishul is great. It made you
Thrissur
you.
is great.
It made you
Yeah.
you. Okay, fine. Let's go on. Because it's always
And
good to know where the young people in India are growing up, how it shapes them, and so on. And yeah, I
yeah.
hear some stories where people, I mean, this one woman came on, she's now working with a small consulting firm in the US. She's the India rep. She says, Sir, I was born in a village which still doesn't have Wi Fi. So, you are growing up in a town, forget Wi Fi, it has gold.
Yeah, it is gold.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Uh,
Let's continue to Hyderabad.
yeah. So my journey in Hyderabad started in 2015
Yeah,
and it ended up till 2020.
yeah.
I am still sad that the life in Hyderabad had an abrupt ending due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
And from Hyderabad, I moved to the Netherlands to pursue my second master's in again
So how did that
governance.
happen? How did that happen?
My transition to the Netherlands,
Yeah.
I was provided a scholarship, which is the Orange Tulip Scholarship,
Yeah.
given by the Netherlands Education Society
Yeah.
to the students hailing from developing countries. So I was one of the recipients of the scholarship in 2020. Again, Netherlands also had it was indeed welcoming, but the conditions that were at this in this country during 2020 were again not that great due to the pandemic. The ongoing waves of pandemic did have its impact on my education as well. The kind of interactions that normally would have taken place in a university setting, that did not happen. However, on the lines of the syllabus, the learning, ISS also gave me enough critical perspectives to engage with developmental issues.
Okay.
Uh, and currently, my research interest is in urban climate change, disasters, and the use of localized knowledge in developing sustainable adaptation strategies.
Wow.
By 2024, I am planning to enter my doctoral studies again in the same field. I think uh, climate change is one topic that has to be discussed time and again. And even within the dialogues of climate change, it's important we look at climate justice and how there are distinctions between the impact of climate change within global south and global north. And to prepare my studies and prepare myself for this doctoral journey, I've been closely studying the flood situation in the upper Kuttanad region, which is again a prominent geographical region within south central Kerala.
Yeah.
Uh, Kuttanad again is one peculiar place that has to be studied time and again. It is a deltaic region. For those who are interested to know, it is a land. It is perhaps the only place in India where rice cultivation, paddy cultivation, is happening below sea level,
Oh.
and it is one of a thriving area. Kuttanad is also known as the rice granary of Kerala
Mm.
due to its production.
Yeah.
Uh, Four major rivers kind of empty into Kuttanad and in fact into the Vembanad Lake in Kuttanad,
Yeah.
and that in fact connects the lake into the Arabian Sea.
Okay.
So why specifically I have chosen Kuttanad is that for the since 2010, or like since a decade and a half ago, the flood situations have been changing.
Okay.
Kuttanad is one region where it floods annually.
Yeah.
The floodwaters actually brings in the fertile soil for the agriculture. So people of Kuttanad are used to flooding, but
Okay.
what has changed profoundly as a result of change in the climate is that the intensity of floods have increased. Also, the floodwaters are not receding at the same pace it used to earlier,
Okay.
which is causing severe damage to houses, the industries in this area, the schools, hospitals, all other kind of human activities, economic activities are kind of dismantled by the floods.
Okay.
This is what kind of generated a research interest in me. And one problem that I found in this region was that the adaptation strategies are not up to date. And even if there are many adaptation strategies that are thought of, there is that element of local knowledge which is really missing in this whole thing. I really think localizing climate change or climate adaptation policies would result in much more sustainable methods,
Okay.
uh,
All
which
right.
is which is something which I really wanted to pursue.
Yeah.
I've been talking to people in this field of climate change, climate adaptation, and probably I think it's important to discuss adaptation methods because climate change is here to stay and we are going to face its brunt in the near future. We face it every day, every second. So to be better adapted and to be better adapted in an equitable manner is extremely necessary at this point of time.
Okay.
Also for a country like India, which has its own kind of economic issues, and for a region in Kerala, it's again one least industrialized region. So
Yeah.
again, for Kerala, it is important that there are localized adaptation strategies which are frugal in one sense to keep it to have better adaptations to the flooding. Yeah,
Okay.
this is what
So
I've been
where are
thinking
you
for.
currently? Where are you studying or living? Where are you?
I just graduated from ISS in 2021. Right at this moment, I am in the Netherlands.
Uh-huh.
I am also working as an academic consultant for Univo Education, which is in Noida.
Yeah.
So I teach public policy, political theory for the masters in public policy and governance students
So you
with
what
them.
online? You teach online or what?
So I teach online. I've been also working in Kerala as a lecturer at the Kerala Institute of Local Administration.
Yeah.
Again, in the field of public policy, where
Yeah.
I've been teaching the
Yeah.
concepts of public policy, what policy negotiations,
Yeah.
and what generally public policy is.
Okay.
So,
All right. So,
yeah,
but you are living in Netherlands.
yeah. I just
I
moved to
didn't
the
realize
Netherlands
that. I
a
was coming.
fortnight ago.
I thought you have gone back to India. I set you the time in IST.
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
I've
I know
moved back
it's
to the
fine.
Netherlands.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I didn't realize that
yeah,
you
that's
are
fine.
in the Netherlands. Okay. So, which city in the Netherlands?
So I live in The Hague,
Okay.
which is again a beautiful city to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Okay.
parliament is just 3 minutes walk from my room.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
This is
this
again,
course that you are doing there, how do you compare it to, say, what you studied in Hyderabad?
there are similarities, but there are differences which are again coming from the location. The differences, again, which I would say are not because one course is better or the other. It's just resulting from the existing educational structures. Hyderabad offered me the course in Tata Institute offered me a theoretical perspective of development,
Yeah.
whereas ISS has been providing hands-on experience in engaging with communities. Like
Yeah.
how practically do we approach
Mm,
political theory or say
mm,
development? How
mm,
practical can you be in the field of development?
mm.
So while studying at ISS, I specialized in public policy and management as well as local development strategies. So
Yeah.
my research interest actually stemmed from that particular paper called Local Development Strategies, uh, which was extremely arguing for how localized development action could be a better choice or a better strategy for developing countries, like how local knowledge or
Yeah.
how local systems can be of great value when
Mm,
it comes to sustainability and
yeah.
making the world much more equitable in one sense.
Okay. All right. That's a very, uh, what should I say, boiled down view of a lot of thinking. Okay. It's pretty well summarized. It's a view. It's very well summarized and you're very articulate about it. So that's very good to hear you say these things. And but doesn't Kerala already have some kind of a government adaptation plan? Did they? I heard that they had an adaptation plan of some sort.
There are adaptation strategies. Always there have always been adaptation strategies, but then every year, if you are interested in observing the news regarding the floods, every year same category of people are vulnerable to the floods. Every year, the houses which they repair after one flood, the same house actually damages the very next time,
Okay.
and so
Yeah.
that actually questions the whole adaptation strategy the state has adopted.
Yeah.
Also, there are two major structures in Kerala, in Kuttanad again,
Yeah.
which would be the Totapalli spillway as well as the Tanirmukam Bund,
Yeah.
which is a barrage kind of thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
which they have developed to manage the floodwaters.
Yeah.
But again, these were structures that were developed at least 3.5 decades ago.
Right.
So that means there needs to be some kind of upgradation that has to be done onto these structures, or rather
Mhm.
have better strategies to manage the floods.
Mhm.
So to to address this issue or to answer this particular question, I was thinking of using the lens of local development and a
Okay.
participatory approach in having better strategies.
Okay.
Also, whenever there have been floods, in 2018, we had a severe flood in Kerala where the North Kerala and the Central Kerala was severely affected.
Right.
At this point of time, we had a delegation from the Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai, to Kerala to study the feasibility of rejuvenating these existing structures.
Yeah.
But despite that, floods have not stopped. The floodwater intensity have only increased. The rainfalls have become really, really unpredictable. You have the rainfall that used to occur within 3 weeks are now pouring down in a day or two,
Yeah.
causing huge volumes of water swelling these places. So we need something or the other, a better approach to address these questions. And I think people of Kuttanad, especially the upper Kuttanad region itself, can have some kind of solutions because they have been living in that place. There are peoples who have been living there intergenerationally. So I think engaging with them, engaging with their own ideas could come up with some better solutions. Floods are something that cannot be avoided, but it can definitely be managed. Floodwater can be managed, its
All right.
impact can be reduced so that social isolation would not occur. People are not isolated anymore in a very tragic manner.
Yeah. Okay. You know, in one of the earlier videos I did, not with any guest, but just myself, was to look at recent World Bank projects in India. And one of them was in Kerala for coping with the after effects of the 2018 floods.
Yeah, again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no, just listen for a minute. And the World Bank, after some years, after it ranks its own projects as good, well done, not so well done. So out of 10 recent projects, there were only a few that had well done or high grade. And the Kerala project was one of them.
Yeah.
By its own assessment. So I thought that maybe Kerala is doing a good job, but what you're saying is good or not, it's not enough.
It is actually a good job. Like it's important to say that like Kerala is one, like whenever we talk about development, our professors used to say Kerala is an outlier, so you cannot compare Kerala with the rest of India.
Well, we have
Kerala
known
has
that
been
since 1960.
Yeah.
That we have known since 1960. Your professors are not saying something new. We have known it since 1960. Okay, so that outlier part is clear, but we are talking here about floods and such things. Okay, so I'm just sharing. There is a video on the Kerala project in my early.
My research interest is, it's definitely not contradicting what Kerala is doing, but to approach it with a newer lens.
Okay.
Like how to rather look it from a localized perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe we would not require too much of technological advancements at every time. Like we all that is a misconception. That's at least what I feel. That okay, you have a problem, the best solution is always to have sophisticated technology to address it. It need not be, it can, or it may not be the case also. So my whole research interest is to look how local knowledge is. It's all about going local, exploring the vast treasure of knowledge within the local people, the local systems in addressing a complex problem.
Okay.
Which is again one major narrative that is coming up within the development literature.
Okay. All right. I'm really happy to hear what you are saying. I won't comment on it since I'm not a commentator, but I'll say this. Let's have you back 1 year from now. Okay. And then instead of your journey and this and that, you can tell us that I've become so much more aware, knowledgeable, and this is what I think. 1 year, you can talk like a serious professional and tell us, what your research has taken you to and where it has gone. So we know your journey and all that already. So we'll hear from you in 1 year and see where you are. And if you agree, then we will.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so note it in your calendar that you will send me a message and say, listen, you said 1 year ago that you'll have me back, and we'll see. I'm sure we'll do it. Okay. So anything else you'd like to add?
This is regarding my research
Whatever.
interest. And yeah, it's
Any,
actually a good opportunity that I could talk to you. There are people to listen to my research interest.
yeah.
There are discussions happening it, and I really think having much more discussions like this would help us youngsters to have more critical perspective, make us
Yeah.
much more accommodative of
Yeah.
opinions, and become more empathetic in our workspace or in our research space.
Well,
And as someone who is aspiring to be in academics itself, I think having these kind of interactions would again keep me much more updated, nurtured, and grounded.
well, I am seriously hoping. First, I want this to be not an Indian channel, to be global, but initially Desi, meaning South Asian. So I have people from Bangladesh who are also affected by the same flooding as you are talking about, and Pakistan, which was badly affected by the floods, as you know. And I was hoping to have people from Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. So I'm working on it, but I'm hoping that if I'm successful with such a crowd of young people, that they will on this channel form their own event and say, listen, let's talk together. Let's see, because the climate change doesn't respect political boundaries.
Yeah, so true. So true.
And it doesn't respect religion. Okay, you could be any religion. If the floods are coming, they're coming.
Yeah.
Right? So it's better for young people, especially with the available technology. And as I say, that when people talk about globalization, they are missing the most important part. I'm the first guy who's saying it very publicly, that the young people are globalized in their attitudes. Right? This is the key to globalization, that they are already global. Okay, they are not thinking locally. They are not thinking patriotically only. They are thinking globally. Their attitude is, I'm open. All right, I may be from country X, but I'm open. Right. So I hope that you guys will, young people. I mean, I have my own ideas, but I won't be in the way. I will facilitate whatever interaction the young people want to have with each other and any senior people, so that we use this available technology. We just don't come and talk about our research interests and so on, but we use it to actually make something of it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's this longer name. And I'm so glad that I had you. So let's say bye here. And we'll, stop the recording at this point. I'll talk to you for a minute. So thank you, Krishnanath, for being here. And bye to all the viewers in the future. I'll be back with another young person or an expert very soon. Till then, bye-bye.